Alright guys, hey, we're back. Appreciate you coming back welcome back to Turnkey Projects, guys. Want to appreciate you coming back, spending the time, watching the videos. You guys been hitting like, doing a lot of watches, and I appreciate it. Don't forget to go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Leave a comment. I'm welcome to positive and negative feedback. Just kind of keep it clean if you would, guys. I appreciate it. Today we're back on the Jeep Patriot. I'm still working on the rear subframe, getting it just about buttoned up. I want to get it up to get the core charge back at the junkyard, but got the door over here I've got to change out as well. So I figure we'll go ahead and do a video on that, so if you guys have one the same way. I'm going to go ahead and strip the door out because the door I got from the junkyard is just a shell. I didn't want to pay the extra charge for the motor, the window regulator, the glass, the door panel, and all that. So I went ahead and stripped all that out, and everything I've got, it works good, and the door panel was a whole different color. So let's get started. Alright, first thing we're going to do is going to go ahead and start getting all this pulled apart. We got all these little picks from any of the big box part stores. These things are really valuable to have on hand, for stuff like that. Just pop it right on out. This is just going to cover where the mirror is. Let's see here. I think if I remember right, we've got a screw right here. It's a Torx bit. So we're going to have one right down inside the door handle pocket. Pull that cover off while we're at it. Can't remember if there was something back here or not. No, just the other 10 millimeter. Okay. Let's see here. We've got that. All right, we've got some screws. Let's get this. All right, what we're going to be looking at, we've got a couple 10 millimeter head bolts right here. That's for your mirror. You've got Torx bit right here inside the door handle. You've got a cover you pop off this, the door release pull. You got one right back there. And come down here on the bottom of the door panel, you're going to have a screw here, a screw here. Once you get this screw off, it's going to pull up. This is going to come separate, and you've got a couple bolts up underneath there. So don't go ripping and tearing like a lot of these new cars, and you're gonna tear your stuff up. So let me get everything together, and we'll get started. I goofed, guys. That's an 8 millimeter for the mirror. You back up a little bit so we can get a wider scope on what's going on here. Hope I'm not blocking that screen. Loose. Another tool you might want to invest in is one of these upholstery removal tools. These things are worth their weight in gold. Keep from popping and breaking panels. You can pull electrical pieces off the doors and keep the little Christmas tree intact. So let me disconnect that. The mirror's loose. Well, at least I thought it was loose. Evidently there's another screw in there. Let's see where. But we'll deal with that in a bit. Always makes me nervous when I hear it sound like it's breaking. Alright, these things have some neat little clips that just go right inside. I'll show you here in a minute.
Maybe we'll make the millions, or have ourselves some children. Oh, what our love could do. Maybe we'll live in Vegas, or a house with picket fencing. Oh, what our love could do. If I got you, babe, you got I got you, babe, you got me. There ain't nothing we couldn't be. From year 1 to year 52. Oh, what our love could do. Oh, what our love could do. Honey, oh, what our love could do.
Harness is hanging me up now. The harness on these isn't bad. You take I'll get you here in just a second. Let me get this. You come in here, follow your wiring harness from the door up. There's a little boot right here. You peel that back. And all your electrical connections are in 2 bolt connectors that get in here with your pick tool. Easier said than done, but these are little push button varieties. Alright, so what we've got, this is the back side that goes inside that A pillar. These are where your connections are. You've got the little red slider you've got to pop out to press the button, and that'll pull out. Just to press the button on this one, that'll pull out. This is a really simple design as far as what's going inside the door. Let me see if I can get this door panel pulled out. Alright, we do have 2 7mm bolts right there, but I can actually disconnect this door and pull it straight all the way off. Let me figure out how I'm going to do this. I'm sure there's a metric size in between there, but we're not going to concern ourselves with that since this fits. It also has a Torx bit head on it. We're not going to concern ourselves with that since this 7/32 fits. We're going to get those 2 screws out of there. My goal was kind of to have everything still hooked up so I could get the window motor and all that out. But, you know, as they say, plans change. Roll with it. Alright, let's hang this up. It's loose. The electrical connector. Okay, you're going to have your electrical connector for your window motor right here. There's a little red slider you pop out, push the button, and that comes out. Okay, lock rods. You got a couple of these little lock rods right here. You just pop them sideways, twist them, and that rod just comes right on out. Usually, there we go. And that was more than likely to the door lock actuator. So let's set this off to the side. Alright, on the window regulator, we've pretty much got all the bolts off. Those two are off. This is the only one left. This one's off. It came off with the door panel. So let's get that off of there real quick. I'm gonna break the window motor loose from the mechanism. That way we can lower the window and get everything out. Where did I put that Torx bit? Did I put that back in my pocket? See if I can see what's going on here. So what you've got is there's a little tab right here that you've got to push this outward. And then that's just sticks through a hole in the glass. You pull this back and lift the glass straight out of it. So there's no bolts holding it in. Kind of ingenious. A little dangerous if you ask me. Then you just pull glass right on out. And you're done. Pretty much what you have left is just the door shell now. So basically, take it off, bolt a new one in, and work backwards. I do want to keep my door handle though. So let me see what I've got. Those look like 8mm screws. Extension over there. Yep, 8mm. You know what? I can get a line extension through there. you can see what I see. I'll go in. Going right through this hole. There's number 2, and then you got 1 right there. But this is an example of that lock rod. Just push it, roll it, take it loose. So we don't get them confused. I'm going to put that one right back in there and lock it into place. Take that loose, and that's all there is to it. That way I can keep my key. One way to do it. Let's get this one set up here. Moment of truth. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to go up a little bit. It looks like it's going to be a solid connection up there. That fender's still hitting. Alright guys, getting ready to go back in reverse order. Get this jack out of the way since the door's going to fit ahead and clean my glass while I had it out.
Hungry for the road all my life, thirsty for adventure all my youth, chasing all my freedoms down Liberty Avenue. And every time I hear a phrase my mother used to say to me, everything happens for a reason, I get the feeling I need a little taste of home, 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 just a little taste of home. I need a little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home. Nothing like kitchen conversation, steam coming up off the stove, photographs down the staircase showing our stories unfold. And every time I hear a song my father used to sing to me, sweet words of an Irish lullaby, I get the feeling I need a little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home. Home, 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 just a little taste of home. I need a little taste of home, 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 no matter where I go. A little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home. Just bought my ticket, I pick up the phone. I'm calling to tell you that I'm coming home. Home, 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 I'm coming home. I need a little taste of home, 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 I'm coming home. A little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home. Little taste
Alright guys, just turned out I didn't have one of the bars in there lined up, and it was throwing the wiper motor, or the window motor and all that off. I got that straight. Alright guys, just a heads up on these. There's a couple pieces right there that have to line up with that piece in the door panel. There's one over here and one right there. Those are part of the window regulator. Basically what I've done is I've taken this tab, it's got a set down inside of here. There's a little square on the back side with a opening on it. Basically you have to put this little tang down in that hole and then slide it in. So what I've done is I've bent this little tang outward just a little bit, so it's not trying to go in such a severe angle. Guys, I bet you any engineer that thinks that's a simplistic design pays to have his car worked on. He doesn't do it himself. Test the door before I shut it, just to Just made sure it does open. Okay. Still a little further out up here than I'd like, but I think it's making a better seal than it did. It's better than it was. Alright, let's get the door panel back on. Now, what I was talking about earlier about an ingenious little idea, this door panel has a couple little stringy pieces with a little round kind of a dowel edge on it on the front, back, right there. Those will actually come down. Those will actually come down into those pieces right here. So if you're just out taking the switches out, this can just dangle and it's not going to go ruin anything. So it's kind of an ingenious little design. It just goes in and slides in and pivots from there. So let's get this panel back on. Make sure everything works. Slide that in and lock it. Slide that in and lock it. Goes there. Goes there. There. Clips into there. Let's see. Hole the other one had for that mirror, so I'm just going to tuck it down. Good enough for the girls we date. Mirrors work. Oops. I was forgetting something. It still don't work. Alright. Looks like everything is working the way it's supposed to. Pop those back in. Putting the speaker back in. You're going to have 2 long screws and 2 short screws. The short screws are going to go here and here. The long screws are going to go here and here. Alright guys, everything's in. We've already verified the window works. The door opens and latches. So it's like you never had it apart. Well, with the exception of, you know, not here, but kind of all in there, where it's a different color. The handle's a different color, and of course there's that trim that there's nowhere else on the vehicle. But it's sealing up now. It doesn't have a gap at the top of the door, so whenever you drive it in the rain, you're not going to get rained on like you're standing outside. I'm getting excited to start driving this thing. So, just have a few things to button up on the subframe assembly from before, and it's road ready. So, guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up on that. So if not, don't be afraid to put a thumbs down on it. It's getting a reaction. YouTube sees that and they share it accordingly. You know, if they see a lot of thumbs down, they won't recommend sharing it. If they see a lot of thumbs up, it means people like what I'm doing and they want to show more people that's this content. So hopefully you like what you see. Hopefully I gave you a little bit of confidence. You know, most of these, they're going to be the same from vehicle to vehicle. You know, there are definitely going to be differences, but the general concept is the same from vehicle to vehicles. You have your hinges, your window motors, or your crank regulators if it's a manual window, all your latch mechanisms and such like that. Some are a little more complex, some aren't. Some are just simple as anything. Don't be afraid to try doing it yourself, guys. You know, labor rates are way up there. Money's tight nowadays. If I can give you a little confidence to try doing some of this stuff yourself, then I've done my job. You know, my dad, my grandpa always said, you know, pass your knowledge on. So, and that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm trying to show you guys, some of you guys that may not have the mechanical skills, that you can do it. You know, some of this stuff is really, really simple. You know, the subframe assembly, a lot of people wouldn't want to get into that, and it's a higher skill, I will say that. I wanted to give up on it several times. So, thanks again for watching, and like I said, like, subscribe. Thanks again. God bless.